Hi.
I'm recording. Are you okay? Hmm?
Cut me this.
It's very nice, Anthony. I love it. Close it all the way.
I love it. See, that's what this 2 minutes was really for. Zoom meeting description. Okay, I'm about to push the go live button. Ready?
All right.
Okay. I am getting all of the green lights that indicate we are live. Here we go. I'm flashing back to a year ago when we first started classes on Zoom and we're like, guys, there's so many buttons to push.
I remember that.
You do. I know you do. All right, let us jump into this conversation. Miss Tesha, thank you so much for joining me to share about your Ignite experience. Before we jump in, let me introduce myself. Hello, everybody. If you're watching, my name is Nikay Olabisi Green, and I am the creator and chief movement leader at Nola Movement. At Nola Movement, we believe that you can ignite the fire that's already inside of you through physical movement, positive mindset practices, and community connection. So that is what we do, and Ignite is really the culmination of all the work we do at Nola Movement. And so what the heck is Ignite? You guys have been seeing me post about it, hopefully been watching in my stories. Well, Ignite is a 12-week coaching and accountability program. It is truly for women who are ready for that next level in their health and wellness journey, ready to break cycles of guilt and shame, ready to release the negative mindset around moving your body and feeling good from the inside out. And that is what we do in Ignite. So I've been talking about it, but I have asked some of the ladies that completed Ignite to come and share their experience. And so here we are with Miss Tesha. How are you doing, lady?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much for having me on, Nikay.
Oh my gosh, I am honored. I could give you a full bio intro, author extraordinaire, speaker, leader, community leader, just someone who is truly making waves and having such a great impact in not just this city, but across the country and around the world. So I am honored that you're taking the time to just share your Ignite experience with my community here.
It's truly my pleasure to share my experience. I'm so excited.
Yeah. So tell me and share with us. And if you're watching, guys, go ahead and drop the fire emoji. You know we love that emoji at Nola Movement. If you're watching it live, drop the fire emoji. If you're watching the replay, just drop replay so we know that you got a chance to join us. But Tesha, share with us what is, as you were thinking about stepping into Ignite and after you learned about Ignite, what challenge were you facing, or what was the thing going on in your health and wellness journey that you were like, you know what, this is what I need and I want to do it right now?
Well, for me, I was a part of was it 21 days? the 21-day challenge or 30-day challenge. I
Yep.
can't
It
remember,
was 30
but
days when we did it.
it
Yep.
was a 30-day challenge. And I said, okay, I did the 30 days. And I had this thought that kept plaguing me that, well, if it's longer than 30 days, you won't be consistent. You're not going to show up. It's not going to last. 21 days you can do, but you're busy, there's a lot going on. If it's longer than that, there's no way you can be consistent. And so the fear of consistency and the challenge of showing myself that I can show up for me just like I show up for everyone else
Mm.
was what really pushed me to step into Ignite.
Wow, that's so good. The things that we tell ourselves, right?
Oh,
Like I can do
my
21
goodness.
days, I can do 31 days, and Ignite is 12 weeks. And you did it. And you did it. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. And so over the course of that 12 weeks, because we finished 30 days, and then you said yes to Ignite. And so you
Yes.
stepped into Ignite. What would you say over the course of that 12 weeks really supported you? And what breakthroughs maybe did you have during that time?
I learned that the power of community worked for me. I am a person who's always giving and supporting and helping and making sure that others reach their goals. And rarely do I even share a goal with others, but every week I had this community of women that I had to share my goal from the beginning with. I wanted to make sure that I moved my body at least 5 times a week. And so my goal for the program was 60 workouts, 12 weeks, 60 workouts. And I had to share with them my progress on weeks that I had done amazing. They were there to cheer me on weeks where I'm like, I don't even want to tell you the number. They're like, tell us the number. And they cheered me on just the same. So the support that I found in community and the power of that community to help me reach my goals taught me, number one, that I can support others in reaching their goals. That's natural for me. But I also learned the power of receiving so that I could reach my goal too.
Oh my gosh, that's so beautiful. And I think as someone who gives and serves so much, that's like the natural, like that's the natural position is to give, to give, to give,
Hmm.
to serve, to serve, to serve. So to step back and to take the time to say, this is what I'm doing, this is for me, to draw boundaries around your time to make that happen, right? Like to have the community support you on the journey as you made that happen. And I'm just remembering so many weeks where, you showed up on the call and you were such an encouragement to others, even as you were receiving as well, right? So it was the community is so I think beautiful for that reason. Like a lot of the women are like you, where we're used to giving, 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 and in that space, it felt, I feel like more of an equal exchange. As much as we were all giving one another, we were all able to take.
Absolutely. And that's the beauty of being in community, that there were weeks where people had really big, hard things going on, but we leaned into one another to allow ourselves to be vulnerable.
Mm.
And even if there was something unrelated to the goal that we chose at the beginning that was on our minds, on our hearts, that was pulling our attention away, we could share that. And then we would bring ourselves back to the reason why we're here. And many of us learn to prioritize ourselves, that that's not a bad thing, that that's not being selfish, but that's actually how we love everyone in our circle better, is when we prioritize ourselves and our self-care. And I think during the Ignite period, I learned to speak the language of fiercely loving myself and
Mm.
push others around me to receive that when I said, I need this time, or I'm going to get up early for the class, or I'm going to go for a walk by myself. I'll be back. And my family was super supportive, and I was able to share this with them, and they were always supportive. There were a couple of times where my son appeared on camera with me doing a few Zumba moves. I think my daughter jumped in once. And so when we make the decision for ourselves to really pursue wellness, wholeness,
Yeah.
then we set a model and a path that our family follows, because the result is that you're a whole person, healed and well.
Mm. You just preached a whole message on wellness. Yes, my heart. Yes. I think fierce love, like really learning
Mhm.
how to do that with ourselves first. And you are really singing the vision that I have for this business, because I truly believe that when we are well from the inside out, like it doesn't just impact us. Like when we prioritize our wellness, it doesn't just impact us, right? It does not happen in a vacuum. Like it impacts everyone who is around us, who's connected to us, who we serve, who we are in community with. Like, so absolutely the family sees, the kids see, friends see, coworkers see, because it's like you're doing something different, and it's like, oh, okay, well, maybe I can do that too. And I truly believe, especially as women, that's how we change the world. Like when we are well and our wellness starts to radiate out to others, like that is how we begin to change the world. And we have the energy and capacity to hold space to do all of the things that we're doing.
I remember one time during our coaching call, the question was, how is your heart and how is your spirit? And I remember thinking, well, and this was closer to the beginning of our journey. And that question resonated with me over and over again. How's your heart? How's your spirit? It's not a question that many people ask me and then actually listen for an answer to.
Yeah.
And when hearing myself reflect or looking back at my journal entries for how is my heart, how
Mm,
is my spirit, I realized how much wellness had to do with how my heart was doing and how my spirit is doing. And when there are people that are holding me accountable to paying attention to what's going on in my heart, what's going on in my spirit, what's going on in my mind, then the elements of wellness that other people can see, the outside parts, begin to come into play. So, whereas many people step into a fitness journey thinking about maybe weight or maybe goals with what they want their body to look like, ultimately we have to always go back to how's your heart, how's your spirit, because sometimes we're carrying weight and pressure and placing barriers in the way that have little to do with the outside and a whole lot to do with the inside.
mm, absolutely. Absolutely. It is change from the inside out. Absolutely. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. I could stay on. I could stay on because
We
the
could
other
do
thing
this.
that's coming up for me is I remember that another piece of your journey was the celebration piece, right? And
Yes.
really integrating, celebrating yourself. So, could you maybe share just a little bit about that piece? Because I feel like that was it was a breakthrough for you, but it also kind of, when we talk about being in community with others, like it's not just that like one person has something and learns something. It's that when someone shares something, it's a light bulb for everybody. So I actually feel like that was something that resonated with everybody.
It did. And we all had our celebration moments with this struggle, right? So during the journey of Ignite, one of the things that came up for me several times was that I am masterful at celebrating others. And I had ideas for what others could do or what we could do for them. But when it came to celebrating myself, this was an area that I was not comfortable with. And there's a number of reasons in my background that had me to have this barrier that was invisible because I took joy in celebrating others and giving. But I had to pause and think of how will I celebrate myself? And not just at the end of the 12 weeks, but each week. And I remember, Nikkei, you were pushing me just a little bit, I think around when, what do you call it? When, oh, we turn it up. I think it was like week 6 or 7 where things get a little different. And you were pushing me to really articulate.
Spoiler alert, spoiler alert.
Oh man, yeah, that little fire emoji just gets real. It starts, the flame starts to moving, right? So she was pushing me to give specific examples. How will you celebrate yourself this week? If you show up for all of your workouts, if you show up for one of your workouts, like how will you celebrate? And come up with a way that is concrete. And then as you march toward that 12 weeks, the thing that you were afraid of at the beginning, as you march toward that 12 weeks, start planning what that celebration will be. It was difficult for me to think about what would I do for myself? how would I invest back in me? And what could I celebrate with that was meaningful to me? And so it was a conversation that was ongoing. I was not alone in the journey, but I learned so much about the celebration. And that's something that I really continue to do. Keep celebrating my wins, even when it was just with my words, to be able to say, I'm really proud of myself for fill in the blank, or I'm so excited that I did. And I think I'm going to post a picture of that, or I'll send a inbox to Nikkei and just say, this is what's going on. And this was beyond Ignite. This was not about just the program, but even beyond, to continue to celebrate myself, both in words and with concrete actions, and then to keep pushing myself to commit to a lifestyle of celebration.
Oh my gosh. Yes. I'm done. Goodbye, everybody. I'm done. I'm done. Oh, that's so beautiful. And that again makes my heart happy hearing you reflect on that for yourself, because wow, again, as women, we give so much beautiful celebrations for everyone, anyone who we want to show, honor to and love to, and just, but when it comes to ourselves, so often it's like crickets. So the fact that you have not only taken that, but moved into what you call a lifestyle of celebration. Beautiful. Beautiful. That's actually a perfect segue to the last thing I want to ask you, which is, what from Ignite have you carried on? What has stuck with you? What do you feel like has had, the most impact in your life moving forward now that Ignite's over? And so I know one piece is celebration. So tell us more.
I made a little list so that I could just share these. Revelation has been my success, that I have an awareness of what I need, what I want, and how to celebrate myself. One of the things that really stood out for me is to try everything before you believe the lie that you can't. And that's exercise moves and classes, that's um, job applications, whatever it is, try everything before you believe the lie that you can't. And even if you can't do it when you try, with support and effort, nope becomes not yet. I learned that over and over again in Ignite. There were classes with Cherie, and she would go into a move that I'm like, there's no way I can do that. And then I would try it and be able to do it. And so I proved to myself over and over again that I can do so much more than what my mind tells me that I can.
Mm.
During Ignite, I walked across the Lorraine Bridge. I kept telling myself, one day I want to. Then I realized in my thinking, what's stopping me? Nothing. Put the shoes on, drop the boy off, walk across the bridge, come back 3 miles, hot sun, did it. I faced my fears. I cried and laughed with my sisters weekly. I committed to loving myself fiercely with my words and my actions. I even took up the right, and voluptuous women, you will understand this. I took up the right to bear arms, and I wore a tank top to the workout, to the retreat. And that was a victory for me. I didn't even tell anybody. I was just there like, my arms are out. Yes, they are here for you. And I was so proud of myself. It was a celebration in the car. I just was like, I can't believe I did that, but did it. And I was fine. So we have a right to bear arms. And I'm not talking about Amendment 2. I complimented myself every time I saw myself in the mirror. I said, yes, queen. And I even hear my daughter doing the same thing. And that's the part that just like gets me going. I have a written record of my accomplishments. I
Mm.
look back at my notes from Ignite and saw one workout out of 60, 30 workouts out of 60,
Wow.
54 workouts out of 60, and I could celebrate that.
Yes.
Every workout that I showed up to, every celebration of eating the meals that I prepared for myself, every
Yeah.
time I was able to cheer someone on and to be vulnerable enough to say, I need a little bit of cheerleading today. And I
Yes.
received it every single time I put it out there. So if you are a person who feels a fear of failure, or you're the helper, the supporter, the giver, the shower upper, the taker carer of, then maybe today is your day to think about putting yourself first.
Mm.
Maybe take the first step of faith to say, I'm worth it. I can do it. I'll prove to myself everything that I thought I couldn't do. Then Ignite is for you.
Oh my gosh. Ah, that's it. That is so beautiful. And I'm honestly without words, which is very rare, which is very rare. I am without words, and I'm so grateful that you said yes. I'm so grateful to and honored to have been invited to be on your health and wellness journey with you, and to have watched the transformation happen, and to watch you struggle with the thing and then have the breakthrough. And here we are about almost a year later,
Almost a year. Hmm.
and you are carrying the torch strong. And um, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for saying yes and for trusting me and the team. And I continue just to be so proud of you.
Thank you, Nikkei, for investing in us. Like I said, before the program, after the program, for investing in us. So I just thank you for believing, for stepping out on faith yourself to create the environment, and for being so diligent to make sure the space is safe
Yeah.
and that we have just what we need to be filled up and to move forward. So I appreciate you so much.
Oh my gosh. Okay, friends, that's it. I like my women that have completed this program are really giving you the essence and the energy of what we do together. Tesha said it. We laugh together, we cry together, we walk together, and it truly is. You really do leave with sisters.
You do.
And you are more than a graduate of just some 12-week program. You are truly, you are sisters with the women that you are not only in community with, but then as you complete Ignite, there's a whole group of women who are on the other side cheerleading for you, and excited to hear your story and celebrate your success. So if you are thinking about it, if you're curious, again, if you're watching live, drop fire in the comments. If you have questions, drop your comments in the question. Drop your comments, drop your questions in the comments. I will be on my Facebook after we get off of this live. But just know that if you have that feeling inside, before everyone says yes, they feel that little bit of fear. They feel that little bit of, I don't know if I can do it. This is too much. I don't have the time. I don't have the energy. I don't know where the money is going to come from. I don't know if I can make this work. I don't know if it's for me. All of the questions and things that are in your head, that is part of the feelings that everybody feels before they step in. But just know that when you step in, there is a safe space and a community here ready to walk with you on this journey. So again, Ignite 12-week coaching and accountability program. It truly is for women that are ready, for that next level in their wellness journey. And I'm so excited to support you if you say yes. So that's all. We wanted to keep this short and sweet. Tesha, thank you so much for your time and energy. I'm grateful for you.
Thank you, Nikkei. You know, I'm so grateful for you. I love you.
I love you too. All right, we're out of here, guys. Peace.